But we're back to discuss Florence Foster Jenkins, and if you saw our review, we recommended the movie. It's funny, it's good. I was a little worried that they were going to go try and pull an Oscar baity thing with it.
Ooh.
Which really wouldn't have worked.
No.
And they didn't, so I'm thankful for that. You always worry with a movie with Meryl Streep in it that they're just gonna let's spend an extra $30 million and bump this up and get her a nomination for this. She's really, really good in it, but I don't think it's an Oscar movie. It's just a really well done, well acted comedy.
Yeah, this is most definitely a passion project for the people who were involved in it, not something they were like, hey, let's go make a blockbuster film.
Sure, and the cast is relatively small. The expensive part of the movie is the period part of it, the costuming and set design and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I've heard her recordings before, and I knew that she sort of lived in this bubble where no one would tell her that she was bad, and
so that's actually true.
Oh yeah, and it was because she was wealthy, basically. Like they just let her pay to take lessons and pay to, do whatever she wanted to do. And that scene where Hugh Grant is berating the reviewer that's going to go out and give a bad review and said, she's done more for the arts than you've ever done.
Right.
That was kind of the justification for him. It was, she really, really loved music, but she really couldn't do it herself, and so people just sort of let it pass. And behind her back, they couldn't help but laugh at how ridiculous she sounds.
I've most certainly met people who are in that vein. Usually not people around them won't feed into it as much, but it's not uncommon.
It's one of those emperor's new clothes kind of situations, and that was the part where toward the end, him hiding the newspaper and her finding it, and that being her collapsing and all of that sort of stuff. It was like, okay, all right.
This is your Oscar moment if you're going to go for one.
Her Oscar moment, I felt like her Oscar moment was her speech that she gave at the end.
Yeah.
The whole, people can say I can't sing, but they never can say I didn't sing.
Right.
Which I have no idea if that's an actual quote or not, but,
It completes the story.
The other
good.
thing about syphilis is that it rots your brain. So.
Oh, yeah. I was not aware of that. Like the one, she had it, and two, that you can live with it to any degree. I thought that was a guaranteed death sentence in a couple years, but
yeah, it all depends, and there's always exceptions. There's always people that just never does anything to them. But
she was describing her medicine she was taking was arsenic and mercury.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Which of course she's a little out of her mind. Of course she doesn't quite notice social cues or
that does kind of bring into the whole thing. She's more Meryl Streep's character is more self-aware in this movie than has any right to be if that's the case.
Right, exactly.
So, but you gotta tell the story. You gotta tell a story here.
Yes. Yep. And I also loved that instead of just kind of coming right out with the fact that she can't sing. There's a good 15 minutes or so of the movie where it just builds up. They're hiring the pianists, and you haven't heard her yet, really, and none of that stuff's happened, and they save it all for that first scene where he's the conductor's there the voice coach is there, and the pianist is there, and all the comedy is in the reaction shots.
Yeah, and
it's all in Hugh Grant's face and in the pianist's face.
Yeah,
it's
McCool. Yeah, it was great. I bust up laughing. I couldn't help it. It was it was almost slapstick in nature.
Yeah. Well, and that's the way the real recordings are too.
That's true. Yeah. I think you can find that on YouTube somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, search for Florence Foster Jenkins and. Yeah, you can listen to her amazing ability not to sing in key. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is to say about it. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews at DaleMaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.